Hey guys, I'm here to. I'm the one who hosted this video. Better than you. I don't say I have a plan. Let's go together. Okay. Hey guys, we're here to teach you how to use structures in games. Let's get started.
First, let me discuss you what is structure. A structure is a group of elements which are of different type. Each of elements is identified by its own identifier, and they are called member. A structure can be thought of as an object without any member functions. The important property of structures is that the data in structures can be collection of data items of diverse types. So what is the meaning of this? Structures is like a group of data where you can call the data. Do you know? Do you understand what I mean? So, let me show you. I'm sorry, I don't have any screen recorder. I just screenshot my program and I will just discuss to you how it works and how did I do it. Okay. Um, I used the library iostream so that the cin and cout will work. And my name of my structure is student and it has data, int id, character name, int q1, q2, q3, grade and remarks. And it has x semicolon in line number 10. That x is renamed in student. Okay? Do you understand? If not, look at in line number 18, the scene x.id. Instead of using student x.id, I just use x.id because I rename it, okay? In the void display is calling the void under, write that, and above again, the did you see in line number 32, the displays open close parenthesis semicolon? It is called the void. Okay. So this program will show the grades and the remarks. It will compute the 3 grades, the quiz 1, quiz 2, quiz 3, and divide it into 3 so that it will show the average, and the remarks is the if you passed or you failed. Okay. So in my main function, I use the xid, the x.id, and you must enter integer, of course. If you didn't enter an integer, it will error. So in the name, in line number 19, 20, and 21, I use scene.ignore, open close parenthesis, and scene.getLine, x.name, comma, 50, semicolon. I use that scene.getLine so that the white space or the space will read the next character. Example, I used just space real. The just space real will show in the input. Check this out. Did you see it? And then if I remove the scene.get line and scene ignore, this will show you. See the difference? It is skipped. Okay? Because the scene.ignore, it is ignored the scene. Do you understand? It's just like a pair. If you use scene.get line, you must just scene.ignore. But if you don't no, you don't, if it is only name you want to input, only character, you may not use scene.ignore, okay? So I will input here quiz 1, quiz 2, quiz 3, and the computation in line number 29 and 30, x.grade, the one I call the data in the student, the x.grade. X is the structure and the grade is the data inside the structure. So equals to x.q1 plus x.q2 plus x.q3. And x.grade is divided by or equal to 3. So this is to compute the average of the 3 quizzes. And in line number 32, the display, what I mentioned earlier, this is to call the void under the main function. So let I discuss the void display. The void display has the display of my input. Okay, it will display the ID, name, grades, and the remarks. In line 43 to 45, the ID, name, and grades, after I see out them, I'll see out the x.id, x.name, and x.grade so that it will show. And in the remarks, I use if-else statement. If the grade is greater than 75, the remarks will show you passed. If it is not, it will show you failed, of course. So that is my first example. Let me move in another example. This example will show you your birth date, your age, and your full name. It's like your bio data. So I use the iOS stream, of course, to work the in C in and C out, the input and output. The name of my structure is person. And I have the character name 50 and int, age, month birth, day birth, and year birth. So in my main function, oh, by the way, instead of using, isn't it in line number 9? In past example, I used the x semicolon, but here I did it because it is the same. Do you see in line number 13, the person P1? It's still the same, it's just like remaining, right? I can use P1 in line number 9 and then I will delete the line number 13. It is okay. But here, because I don't have any void, I just use the main, int main. So I can use this person P1 in line number 13. Do you understand? Okay. Here in line number 16, the scene.get, I didn't use the scene.get line. I just used the scene.get because the first question here is the enter the full name. In my past example, the first entered will be the ID. So the first is the int before the character, right? But here, the character will be first before the int. That's why I used scene.get p1.name. I used p1 because the person renamed in p1. That's why p1.name I used, and 50 is the limit. And enter age, p1.age. Enter birth date, month, date, and year. And in display information, I used name and p.name, p1.name to display the name, p1.age to display the age, and I used in birth date the p1.age birth date, and then less than the slash bar. The slash bar will show this one in displays information. This is the final output of this program. It will show you the name, age, and your birth date in month, date, and year. Anyway, I have another lecture to you about structure. A structure variable can hold values just like any other variable can. A structure value is a collection of smaller values called member values. So this is the last example. This program will show you the ordering system, but it is simple. Okay, this program has the burger, cheeseburger, and hamburger and their cost, and you will choose what burger do you want and how many pieces, and will show you the total amount or how much will you pay. Okay, so let's begin. Of course, the library, iOS stream to see in and see out. My name of the structure is sale, and the member value is the in food, pieces, burger, C burger, age burger. And notice this in line number 7, I use S semicolon instead of inside in the main function. Instead I used sale S semicolon, I just use S semicolon in line number 7. Do you understand? Okay. In main function, I just write the cost of the food. The burger is 25 pesos, the cheeseburger is 30 pesos, the hamburger is 35 pesos. And you will choose your burger. And I used switch statement. Here in the switch statement, it has 3 cases. The case 1 is in the burger, and it will ask how many do you want to buy, and you will enter the pieces. Notice don't forget the S dot pieces because if you just write the PCS only, it will not run. It will ask where is the PCS came. Okay. If you declare the int inside the main, example, I declare inside the main function the int pieces, I can enter here without the s dot pieces in line number 27. I can only enter pieces, but it is not part of a structure. Okay, so it's still the same in case number 2 and case number 3. This is the simplest ordering system. Thank you for listening and watching. I'm sorry I don't have any screen recorder, that's why screenshot will do. Thank you. I am Jezreel Campo, signing off.